It has been a tumultuous week for one Mr. LeBron James, and it got even worse today.
On Monday, it was announced that for the first time in 21 seasons, LeBron James would not be listed as an All-Star game starter in the NBA, which is crazy that it's gone over 2 decades, and the streak is finally broken.
LeBron James just had the worst week of his career, and it culminated with ESPN dropping a bombshell report revealing that Lakers owner Jeanie Buss is fed up with him. For the first time in 21 seasons, LeBron wasn't voted as an All-Star starter, not by fans, and shockingly, not even by his fellow players. Now, sports analyst Rob Parker is calling for LeBron to retire immediately. This is brutal.
So it's been a rough week for the King.
Yes, and I got a message for the King. I'm dead serious. Retire! After this season, call it quits.
Do you agree with Rob Parker that LeBron James should retire after this season? Or does he still have something left to prove? Drop your honest opinion in the comments.
It has been a tumultuous week for one Mr. LeBron James, and it got even worse today when the ESPN,
Baxter Holmes,
Athletic.
That was ESPN.
ESPN, okay.
ESPN.
Great research there,
No.
Rob.
But you told me that she put out a statement to the Athletic.
She put out a statement to the Athletic since then.
But that's
Baxter
what I'm saying.
Holmes put out this 20-minute read.
Yes. So it started about a week ago. LeBron James, for reasons unknown to us, we talked about it on the show, decided he needed a 23rd season patch that only he would have for the rest of the season. It started mid-January in Sacramento, of all places. That just seemed odd. And then on Monday, it was announced that for the first time in 21 seasons, LeBron James would not be listed as an All-Star game starter in the NBA, which is crazy that it's gone over 2 decades, and the streak is finally broken.
LeBron James just experienced the most humiliating week of his professional basketball career, and it's all coming to a head in the most public way possible. Let's break down exactly what happened, because the dominoes fell one after another until we arrived at sports analyst Rob Parker literally telling LeBron to retire on national television. It started about a week ago when LeBron decided, for reasons that still make no sense, that he needed a special 23rd season patch that only he would wear for the rest of the season. Not a league-wide celebration, not something that started when the season actually began in October. Just a random patch that appeared mid-January in Sacramento.
The league did this phony patch that only you have, and we were really celebrating your 23 years in the league. It should be a worldwide patch, right? Everybody should have it on, and it should have started in October when the season started. That's when your 23rd season started. You don't want to stick around too long.
That felt weird and egotistical even by LeBron's standards. Like, if the NBA was genuinely celebrating LeBron's longevity, wouldn't they make it a league-wide thing? Wouldn't every player wear the patch in solidarity? But no, it was just LeBron patting himself on the back with a vanity patch that screamed, "Look at me!" louder than anything he's done recently. Then came Monday's announcement that shattered a streak nobody thought would ever end. For the first time in 21 seasons, LeBron James would not be an All-Star starter. 21 consecutive years of starting the All-Star game, and the streak finally died. But here's where it gets really embarrassing.
We find out yesterday that, of course, he didn't get voted in by the fans, but even his peers, his teammates, his NBA brethren didn't even have him in their top 6 of Western Conference players on their ballots for the NBA All-Star game.
LeBron didn't just lose the fan vote. That could be explained away as casual fans not watching Lakers games or whatever excuse you want to use. No, LeBron's fellow players, his peers, his teammates around the league, the people who supposedly respect him most, didn't even have him in their top 6 Western Conference players on their All-Star ballots. Let that sink in. The players who compete against LeBron every night, who see him up close, who understand the game at the highest level, looked at LeBron's performance this season and said, "Nah, he's not one of the 6 best players in the West." That's not casual fans being fickle. That's the people who know basketball best telling LeBron his time is up. Then Wednesday happened, and ESPN's Baxter Holmes dropped a 10,000-word investigative piece about the Lakers' ownership situation and the potential sale of the franchise.
In an article by Baxter Holmes published this week on ESPN.com, he detailed the feuding between the Buss family that may have led to the $10 billion sale of the team. The story also pointed out issues between Jeanie Buss and LeBron James. The article states that Jeanie privately grumbled about what she felt was James' outsized ego and the overt control that he and Clutch Sports exerted over the organization at times. Clutch represents both James and Anthony Davis. The story also said that she did not like that James was considered a savior for the floundering franchise when he arrived in 2018.
The entire article was long and detailed, but nobody cared about 99% of it because buried in there were 3 paragraphs that exposed the reality of LeBron's relationship with Lakers owner Jeanie Buss.
And it all came to a head earlier on Wednesday when ESPN's Baxter Holmes did a 10,000-word piece discussing the dynamics of the Jeanie Buss family sale of the Lakers. All anyone cared about, though, was about 3 paragraphs where it explained that Jeanie Buss had grown frustrated with LeBron for a number of reasons. Number one being that she felt like she didn't like the narrative that LeBron had chose them and he was like their savior for their franchise. Number two, she didn't like the fact that LeBron James had kind of absolved himself from the Russell Westbrook trade, even though he pushed for it harder than anybody.
Don't we remember the video of them having a powwow in his backyard?
And last but not least, she was very upset that he didn't seem more grateful that they did him a solid by drafting Bronny in the second round of the draft.
According to the report, Jeanie Buss has grown increasingly frustrated with LeBron for multiple specific reasons. First, she hates the narrative that LeBron chose the Lakers and saved their franchise. She thinks that diminishes the Lakers' legacy and makes it seem like they were nothing before he arrived. Second, Buss is annoyed that LeBron has completely absolved himself of responsibility for the Russell Westbrook trade disaster. Everyone remembers the video of LeBron and Westbrook having a meeting in LeBron's backyard before the trade happened. LeBron pushed harder than anyone to make that deal, and when it blew up spectacularly, he acted like it had nothing to do with him. And third, perhaps most damning, Buss is upset that LeBron didn't seem more grateful that the Lakers drafted Bronny James in the second round as a favor to LeBron. The Lakers used a draft pick on a player who objectively wasn't NBA ready just to make LeBron happy, and LeBron acted like it was owed to him rather than a generous gift. So within 1 week, LeBron got hit with a vanity patch that felt desperate, an all-star snub from both fans and players, and a public report that the Lakers owner is frustrated with him and ready to move on. That's when Rob Parker went on national television and said what a lot of people have been thinking. LeBron James needs to retire after this season.
So it's been a rough week for the King.
Yes, and I got a message for the King. I'm
What's
dead
that?
serious. Retire after this season. Call it quits. Seriously, LeBron, is this on? I'm dead serious. The writing could not be more on the wall, right? From everywhere you go.
Parker didn't hold back. He said directly to LeBron, "The writing could not be more on the wall. Your players have told you you're an afterthought. The fans, the Lakers fans, voted, and they didn't vote for you. The players didn't vote for you." Parker pointed out something statistically damning. Luka Doncic got 1.5 million more votes this year than last year when he played for Dallas. Meanwhile, LeBron got 1.5 million fewer votes. That means Lakers fans, who are notoriously loyal and passionate, actively chose not to vote for LeBron, even though they were voting for other Lakers players. That's not apathy. That's rejection.
You don't want to go out. Your players have told you you're an afterthought. The fans, the Laker fans voted. Because guess what? Luka got 1.5 million more votes than he did when he was in Dallas last year. And guess who got 1.5 million less votes? LeBron James. So the Laker fans are out there voting and they still didn't vote for you. The players didn't vote for you. The fans didn't vote for you.
Parker also called out the 23rd season patch as phony. If we were really celebrating your 23 years in the league, it should be a worldwide patch. Everybody should have it on, and it should have started in October when the season started. That's when your 23rd season started. He's absolutely right. The patch feels like LeBron desperately trying to create his own legacy moment because nobody else is celebrating him anymore. Then Parker made his strongest point. You don't want to stick around too long. Next year, the All Star game is in LA. What a send-off. You could have had it one more time in LA. They were not even interested in doing that for you. No solid. The worst thing you could do is come back next year, and guess what? It'll be even worse than this year. That's the brutal truth LeBron and his fans don't want to face. This is rock bottom, and coming back next year won't make things better. It'll make them worse. The decline will be more obvious. The losses will pile up faster. The criticism will get harsher. Parker's co-host pushed back slightly, arguing that LeBron still has talent and could be a top 20 or top 25 player in the league. He pointed to specific games where LeBron looked incredible and suggested the problem isn't ability, it's everything that comes with LeBron. The expectations, the coaching drama, the trade demands, the roster manipulation, the victim mentality where nothing is ever his fault, the Rich Paul connection, and the constant rumors about what LeBron wants or doesn't want, the nepotism with Bronny taking up a roster spot and minutes that should go to better players. All of that baggage has become heavier than whatever basketball talent LeBron still possesses. Teams and fans are exhausted by the LeBron circus, and his performance no longer justifies dealing with the headaches. The co-host did defend LeBron on one point. When LeBron came to the Lakers, they were awful. They'd had the number 2 pick in the draft 3 years in a row. They were going nowhere. LeBron's arrival brought Anthony Davis because of the clutch sports connection, and together they won a championship. That's not nothing. But Parker shot back. The Lakers are going to be fine. The Lakers have always sold out. They have full seats even when they were winning 30 games with Kobe at the end. The Lakers don't need LeBron to be the Lakers. And that's true. The Lakers are one of the most iconic franchises in professional sports. They were relevant before LeBron, they were relevant during LeBron, and they'll be relevant after LeBron. Acting like LeBron saved the Lakers is revisionist history that ignores their decades of success and cultural impact. The conversation then turned to whether LeBron might announce his retirement at the All Star game in Los Angeles. It would be the most LeBron move possible, sucking all the oxygen out of the room, making the entire weekend about him instead of the actual game, and giving a middle finger to everyone who snubbed him. Parker said he doesn't think LeBron will even show up to the All Star game. He didn't want to go last year. He can come up with something. He could decline. Another panelist predicted that 10 years ago, everyone would have expected LeBron to get an amazing farewell tour like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Michael Jordan. But now it's clear his ending is going to be ugly. He's going to walk away bitter and resentful, and it very well could be this year. That's the saddest part of this whole situation. LeBron had a legitimate argument for being the greatest player of all time. He had the stats, the championships, the longevity, the cultural impact. He could have retired 3 years ago at the top and cemented that legacy forever. Instead, he's staying too long, stat padding and blowout losses, forcing teams to draft his unqualified son, blaming everyone but himself for team failures, and watching his reputation crumble in real time. The Lakers owner doesn't want him. The fans don't want him. His fellow players don't respect him enough to vote him into the All Star game. The media is turning on him. Everything is collapsing.
And the really crazy part? LeBron probably thinks this is all unfair. He probably genuinely believes he's being disrespected and undervalued. He probably thinks he deserves another All-Star selection, another max contract, another few years to pad his stats and chase whatever arbitrary milestone comes next. So there you have it. Rob Parker says LeBron James should retire immediately after the worst week of his career. And honestly, the evidence supports that take. If you want more brutally honest sports analysis without the propaganda, smash that like button and subscribe. Do you think LeBron will actually retire this year? Or will his ego keep him around for more embarrassment?